Welcome back. It's always great to have
good to be here. I feel like, Alyssa Liu is here.
Yes.
You've got a lineup of Lius.
Yes, we have two Lius.
This is a Jimmy Fallon first, I think.
Yes, a Tonight Show first.
A couple of Liusers on the lineup.
Yes, two Leos in the lineup. Yeah, you're making history to here. Yeah. Well, we always do something fun when you're here. I want to get into your new series, but I want to congratulate you. Since the last time you were here, you got engaged, bud.
Yeah.
Talk. Come on, buddy. Simu.
It was really stressful, man.
I was gonna ask what it was.
No, it's. I think. I mean, for everyone who's ever proposed or been proposed to, I mean, it's a stressful environment, and I'm not necessarily like the best planner in the world. So this was like the biggest undertaking that I had ever done. And I had to do it all alone, pretty much, and so.
Because you can't,
you can't listen. I mean, she can't. No, and she's
just be surprised.
Definitely the better planner of the two of us. But
was she surprised?
She was and she wasn't. We were in London. I was in London shooting, the Avengers movie.
Wow.
That's good.
And I'm gonna ask you about that too.
And so we'll get to it. But we decided to take a weekend to go to Paris.
Ooh.
Which I think she suspected something, and she told me that she asked me if she should get her nails done, which is kind of code. And I was like,
really
man,
funny.
she does. I mean, she's a very difficult person to surprise.
Thank you for landing that sentence, by the way.
She's not a. This is how bad I am. I can't even plan my sentences. But she's not a control. I feel like control freak is a bad. It's a very derogatory term. But she's a control enthusiast.
Okay, this is all I understand.
She's a control lover.
What you could you
a lover of
of control. But that's good because you're.
So she knew. Yeah, she kind of. I was like, yeah, fine, do your nails. So she knew kind of what was happening.
You two on the Eiffel Tower.
And it's Paris, and it's a rooftop.
Are you kidding? This is gorgeous.
So it was. I would say it was half of a surprise for her because I think she knew that it was coming. She saw it coming, but she didn't know that I flew a bunch of our best friends in, and her brother who lives in Chicago and her sister who lives in Kenya. Got them all to come in.
Oh my God!
When I let her up on the rooftop, they were all there.
Oh, she lose it?
Yeah, really emotional.
You got emotional, yeah. But then can you tell the other thing or no?
Yeah, no, I can tell the other thing. So, I should.
I didn't know if you were just telling me or you
I'll preface this by saying that my fiance works in music, so she's a digital marketing executive, and she grew up a Swiftie. She loves Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift songs and her music. That was a big part of even the beginning of our relationship was getting to know her through those songs and why they meant so much to her, and so I was like, well, if there's one person that would make this engagement so special, and I reached out and as if we're BFF. No, I mean I've met her a couple times. She's fantastic, but I reached out to Taylor through her publicist, and I said, hey, is there any way that I could convince you to make like a 2-second video just to say, congrats, and she literally 2 days later sent it over, and I was able to play it for her, and so.
Are you kidding me?
And so Taylor Swift was the cherry on top, and I was like, wow, I should plan things more often.
Yeah, you should plan that. How cool is that, Taylor Swift, right, at the end?
She's absolutely just fantastic, and so nice and so sweet.
It's the greatest.
Yeah,
and your fiance was like, she was surprised, like,
yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think she was really emotional before, and then when I played that video, she just completely lost it.
Yeah, come on, bud. Yeah. Congratulations again.
Thank you so
Best thing to ever happen to you.
Thank you. It's the first time I've told that story, so I'm really
that's fantastic.
Really happy.
Well, I want to get into your new series, but I also want to talk to you about this. This is a picture of most of the cast from Avengers Doomsday, and I know, but this is. Dude, everyone got back together. What I mean.
Can we just talk about my wardrobe for a second? Because it looks like I'm really, really underdressed. And I just want to say, this is, this was my first time meeting Downey, by the way. So I was as embarrassed as I am right now, showing it to you. But I just want to preface by saying I was the only one of these people that had to work that day. And so I showed up to work, and like I'm ready to shoot. I wasn't trying to look pretty. And I got a text in the middle of the day that was like, oh, Downey wants to say hi to you after work. And I was like, no.
He's like, I'm not dressed.
No, I'm in short shorts and flip-flops. And they're like, no, Downey wants everyone to come in and say hi. And so I show up, and literally the first thing that he said was, he was like, oh, look at you.
Yeah. Look at that outfit.
Oh, that's a choice.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
What does it feel like to get the call to be part of the Avengers
Yeah.
franchise? They're getting everyone back together.
It's about time.
Yeah,
man.
come on, bud.
Jesus, it's about time. I can say that on TV.
No, you can't, but yeah, that's right. We'll bleep it.
We'll bleep it.
Dude, we wanted to see Shang-Chi.
Yeah, man.
We waited to. Come on, I'm ready.
I still remember watching Endgame in theaters in 2019, and I at that point was still watching as a fan. And I was in the theater along with everyone else, and no one knew or cared who I was. I mean, no one cares who I am still, but
No,
I was just watching that moment and the Mjolnir, and and I was cheering along with everybody else, and I had no idea. I truly had no idea that like less than 3 months later, I would be a part of it. And so getting that call to be in this movie, I mean, it's every dream come true that I've ever had.
You deserve it, bud.
Thank you, man.
You're fantastic. You deserve it. Let's talk about this your new series, The Copenhagen Test.
Yes.
This is a sci-fi thriller. It's on Peacock. Again, you do things that I can't give spoilers away. The last time you were here, I couldn't give it away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was great too. But,
Oh, yeah.
but I like that though. That's why we watch these movies,
Yes, of
because they're
course.
exciting.
What can I say?
What can you say? What
can I say?
We can't say what the Copenhagen Test is, right?
No, just that it's it's this psychological experiment that's designed to judge whether or not an individual is predisposed to follow orders blindly, or to follow their own moral compass and their own sense of what's right and what's wrong. And of course, one makes you a better person, and one makes you kind of a better government employee. And when you're dealing in the world of spies and top secret information, that line and that distinction becomes very, very important. So that's
set that up perfectly, by the way. You nailed it, buddy.
Yes.
I want to show a clip. Here's Simu Liu in the Copenhagen Test. Take a look at this.
If they were looking into me, how worried should I be? Are you sure? So that I would think about taking a long trip far, far away.
Unless running made me seem guilty, which I'm not.
No, it's not. There's no due process here. If they suspect that you're compromised, you're dead. Alexander, I've known you your whole life, and I know the struggle that your parents imparted to you to prove you can be trusted here. Now you have to choose between your allegiance and your life.
Come on. Simu Liu, everybody! The Copenhagen Test premieres December 27th, only on Peacock.